Alright, here we go. We're gonna learn how to make gradations with our pencils and some of our drawing tools. We have just a regular number 2 pencil, and then we have this nice ebony pencil, and then we have what I like to call the unicorn horn, but it's actually called a tortillon. You can also kind of call it like a blender if you want. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a gradation on this first box from dark to light. And it's all about value. It's all about darkness and lightness, and we're getting away from line. So I'm just going to use my pencil on this first one, and we'll start with the way that we're going to hold our pencil. We're not really focused on lines anymore, so I'm not going to hold my pencil up and down because I don't want lines like that. I'm going to hold it a little bit more of an angle because that allows me to kind of use this almost like a crayon. I could get the lead on its side and it makes like smoother, nicer values that go nicely from dark to light instead of just like all lines. It's not about all lines this time. Okay, so I'm going to start. I'm going to think about pressure the entire time I do this. I want to go from really, really dark to really, really light, basically from black to white, and have all these like levels of gray in between. And the only way I could do that is with pressure. So when I'm starting over here and I want it to be really dark, I'm going to press a lot harder on my pencil, and then I'm going to ease up as I go along. And it might take me a couple tries to do this, but I'll do my best. So you can see I'm pushing really hard. And as I go to the right, I'm going to try and ease up on the pressure, little by little. Okay, now that was really good, but I only made it halfway across, so I need to kind of push everything a little bit further. So like I said, it might take me a couple tries, but I can get it. So I'm going to start again, and I'm going to push hard again. And then as I'm going to the right, I'm going to ease up a little bit more on my pressure. Okay, I made it a little further this time. And then I'm going to just try one more time, okay? So pushing as hard as I can. And then as I'm going along, I'm going to ease up on my pressure little by little. Not going to push so hard. So I'm barely touching the paper towards the end. Okay, so it's a little bit better. And as you're doing this, I want you to be like nice and neat and stuff. So like on the edges over here, like outside the lines, it's okay. It's why they make erasers. But you can see erasers can't always take away everything, so you kind of got to be careful as you're drawing. Now I'm going to go the opposite way from light to dark this time, which should give you some good practice because it's easy to push really hard and then kind of ease up as you go. Sometimes it's kind of hard to start like really, really lightly and then push harder as you go. So this will be good practice for you to go really, really lightly with your pencil at first. And first I'm going to use this regular pencil, and then I'll come in with the ebony pencil, which is darker than a regular pencil. So here's that, and if you can see, it's a little bit darker, and this is like a really beautiful, smooth, like buttery pencil. You'll see when you use it. And then I'll use this to kind of blend things together. So this is the tortillon, and called the unicorn horn, and it's really great at kind of blending pencil so that it's all kind of smudged together. Now I can't smudge lines very well, it doesn't really do anything, but if I shade with my pencil and I hold it on the side, I can take this beautiful blending tool and it kind of smudges it even more, makes it really blended and nice. And then what happens is I can actually pull some of this shadiness further along with this blending stump. So I've got all this pencil mark right here, but if I start blending over it, I can kind of pull a little bit of that shadiness a little bit over further, because some of the pencil gets on the tortillon. But you'll see, you will get to play with this. See, you can push a lot of the shadiness over. And sometimes, I don't even need a pencil. I could just shade stuff with my tortillon. Just like that. Okay, but you'll get more practice with this. So I'm going to start with this pencil. I'm going to start really, really light. Actually, I'm going to let this very edge be just pure white. It might be a little hard to see the beginning on the camera. There you go. Because it's so light, but it's there. And then I'm going to push down a little further as I go, a little harder, thinking about pressure. Thinking about pressure. Pushing down a little harder as I go. And harder and harder and harder. Okay, now I want to get from like all the way basically white to all the way black, but I mostly just got like gray, so I can go over this again. Now this is really light, so I'm just barely gonna even go over it, and then push a little harder, more pressure. I had a little moment where I accidentally pushed a little too hard in one spot. And then I can kind of go back a little bit the other direction. Okay. Now you'll see how much different it gets when I start to add the ebony pencil in there as well. So I'll start on the side. So, yeah, because this will get you from really, really light gray to really dark gray, but this will basically push everything to black. There we go. That'll really make a difference. There you go. Now I got a nice smooth gradient, and what I want to do is just kind of blend some of this together. So I'm going to hold it flat. You never hold your tortillon like this, because you'll push down the unicorn horn and you'll ruin it forever. And since this is just like a flat block, I'm just going to rub this in a flat motion, so like straight up and down is fine. It just blends everything together a little bit more. Okay, so that's the beginning, and then let's move over to this guy. Okay, now what you're going to do, this is really to help you practice with your tortillon, and I'll show you how to do this little square over here. What you're going to try to do is you're going to try to match the shading that you see in all these boxes with the corresponding shading here. So like this is a box with like two triangles broken up, and it goes from dark to light, and I want to do the same thing there. Now what you got to remember when you're doing this, I'm gonna start with this triangle and go from dark to light. And what you got to remember while you're doing this is you got to kind of have to compensate for the tortillon, because the tortillon can kind of drag some of the shading over. Okay, I can shade something right here, but then the tortillon, if I go over, it can drag that shading way over. See that? So I have to compensate a little bit. So when I'm going in to shade this whole thing, I'm not going to shade in the whole thing, because the tortillon will pull some of the shading over when you go to blend everything together. And I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so think about pressure. Going from dark to light.